Check out carmarshal.com. The link is in the description. They help support us.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Lock him up, guys. While he's underpowered, lock him up. Go. Hold the door. Hold the door. Hold on. Hold it. You guys got him? Okay. Yep, got him. You need a medic for the head. Yep. Let's get some guys on the ramp.
Watch, entire SWAT team dispatched to handle one unarmed drunk old man. A drunk, shirtless, and depressed Utah man was tossed by two tasers simultaneously during a SWAT raid on his house and is now permanently disabled. By Jack Burns, January 27, 2018. A Utah couple is suing the West Utah City Police Department, WUCT, for excessive use of force after Fernando Coronado was tossed by police. The deployment of the taser caused Coronado to fall on his head, leaving him permanently disabled from the resulting brain damage, according to the lawsuit. Tabitha Coronado called police in 2016 after her husband got drunk and threatened to kill himself. Instead of sending in a few officers to take the man into custody and presumably to either jail or receive mental health, the WUCT sent in their SWAT team, evacuated the entire apartment complex, and engaged in a standoff with an unarmed, shirtless, drunk old man. From recently released body camera footage, the SWAT team can be seen ordering Fernando to get on the ground. The belligerent man stood his ground, refusing to comply. Presumably, an entire SWAT team could have easily taken down the drunken male. But the standoff carried on for 2 hours. Eventually, the decision was made to flank him, and send another officer behind him with a taser. As the SWAT team can be overheard telling Fernando everything is going to be okay and we're here to help you, another officer was sneaking up behind the mentally disturbed man. As Fernando realized he was being outsmarted, he turned to face the taser-wielding police officer. Fernando moves toward the officer who deployed his taser. The heavy man fell flat on the ground, striking his head on the concrete stairs in the process. The rest of the SWAT team moved in and secured the man, calling for emergency medical services, EMS, to come and care for his injuries. Advertisement. But as is often the case, Fernando's injuries from the resulting fall were so severe the family believes they were wronged by police. They're now suing for compensation. The suit alleges officers Kenneth Olson and Jacob Hill violated his constitutional rights in using excessive force against the nearly naked unarmed man. Robert Sykes, one of the family's attorneys, claims police operated with reckless abandon in tossing his client. He said, "He was totally unarmed and they could see it, his waistband was clearly visible, he had nothing in his hands." Sykes pointed to the fact the entire SWAT team was called, which included 60 body cameras and several sniper teams, as proof the team engaged in a gross overreaction. The family's attorney claims both Hill and Olson fired their tasers simultaneously, sending 100,000 volts of electricity through his client's body. He also said Fernando could not hear or understand the officer's commands because he's partially deaf in one ear and could only hear echoes of the officer's orders. Fernando says he didn't want to get shot by police, which is why he came out of the apartment without a shirt on. Tabitha says the police knew he was unarmed. She claims she told them there was an unloaded gun in the closet and that the only threats he was making were to himself. Police, on the other hand, tell a very different story. Interim West Valley City Police Chief Colleen Nolan issued a written statement Thursday. Mrs. Coronado reported that her husband was intoxicated, suicidal and making threats that he intended to kill himself and others. Mrs. Coronado also alerted police that her husband had military training and had access to multiple weapons inside of their apartment. The threat to the safety of surrounding apartments and open spaces necessitated an evacuation of the area and the call-out of West Valley City Police Department SWAT officers. It seems clear from the actions of the SWAT team they were in fear for their lives. Instead of going hands-on, they deployed 2 tasers, not once, not twice, but simultaneously. While the use of a taser was likely justified, it was the massive response from police that led to the situation getting out of hand. As TFTP has reported on numerous occasions, many citizens have died when police have decided to tase someone. The most egregious instance being the tossing of a 14-year-old boy from a moving squad car. Damon Grimes was riding his four-wheeler on the road when Michigan State Trooper Mark Bessener shot him with his taser. The cowboy-like actions of the trooper resulted in Grimes losing control of his four-wheeler and slamming into the back of a parked pickup truck, killing him instantly. While WVCPD's Chief Nolan claims Fernando Coronado was a threat to everyone around him, including nearly a dozen SWAT team members, and had to be tasered, the facts are indisputable. The SWAT team could have easily taken down the man, overwhelming him with brute force. Instead, the call for help by a concerned spouse resulted in a man now being disabled for life. According to the Salt Lake Tribune, the couple is seeking an undisclosed amount of money in damages. The lawsuit says Coronado had facial reconstruction surgery and has racked up about $300,000 in medical bills. He has suffered extensive physical and neural problems that affect control of his bladder and bowels, his balance, and his memory, according to the suit. He also is unable to get in and out of bed, dress himself or cook food, Coronado said, adding that he always has a chemical taste in his mouth. In addition, he can't play with his son because of his constant pain, he said. Because he can't work, Coronado depends on Social Security disability benefits. You decide. Below you can see firsthand how the SWAT team responded. Do you think the deployment of the taser was justified? Like, share, and comment below.
County, this is Charlotte County Cop Watch, and I wanted to explain what fair use is. You can use pieces of news articles if you're doing it for news reporting, you have commentary, and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I have just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago, and so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheeple up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Sheriff County Cop Watch with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me and I'm sick of it, so I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. Just think if each one of you subscribers just gave let's say actually yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where, at least I can do it. 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out. to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit, I could start suing them. Another idea too that we have is, you know, if I got, you know, some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here, and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. You know, 47,000 of you so far right now. You know, $1 a day. I mean, $1 a month on Patreon, or $5 a month Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head. Help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.